Hello everyone, it's Danzen here. Welcome to the day 5. Yesterday we were talking about the perform basic operation on numbers in C sharp, which is learn about the plus, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Also, we're talking about the importance of parentheses, like the explicit purpose, uh, also the case operator, which you can convert any data types into other data types, such as integer into decimal, but that is require the parentheses, like parentheses, decimal, and then variable. Also, we learn about the modulus operator, and finally we learn about the compound assignment operator, which the important things is the increment and decrement value, which its positioning, whether it's before the operands or after the operands, or the synonym of operand is just variable. So let's just focus on day 5. Now we are go to the guided project. I see the guided project. Calculate and print students' grade. I think this is awesome to be followed. Okay, let's just go to this link. Alright, let's just immediately go to introduction. Don't forget the timer axis here. Okay, because estimated around 2 hours from now. Sorry. Okay, I'm starting right now. I'm using the forest application at the moment, but if you have some other good application, you can recommend to me in the comment section. Okay, let's start the timer here. Okay, the beginning, the introduction. Read this one. Developers perform some tasks nearly every day. Tasks including declaring string and numeric variables, assigning and extracting values. Okay, so this is the job of the developer. Not just string, but they play about the numeric variables, assigning, extracting, performing calculation or routine, but essential. Equally important is the task of communicating result to the application user. So communication is the same important thing like the task. Okay, mastering the ability to apply this skill to solve a given a problem. This is something that every developer must learn to do. Okay, also problem solving. The most important things for a developer, because it's just not just writing code, but problem solving is the main thing that developer must have. Suppose you're a teacher assistant at a school. You're tasked with developing an application that automates student grading. Oh yeah, I see this guided project is talking about the student grading. Sorry, I'm a bit cold here. Okay, you're tasked with developing an application that automates students' grading. The application is all of the score assignment for each students to calculate their current overall grade or score for the class. So the teacher has also provided a required format for reporting the student's grade. Okay, so application that score assignment, also we can get the average of the score, I think. In this model, we'll guide you through the step required to develop your students grading application. We will making this app. Your code will declare and assign values to variable based on a student's name, perform various numeric calculation, and display the result. Okay, we will play some calculation here. Also, don't forget to display the result as the output. And the calculation include determining the sum of assignment score and calculating the current grade for each student. To display the result in the required format, you will use console write line. To display something, we need to use this method write line. As well, character escape sequence that will help format your result, as we learn in the day. Console write line is day 1. Character escape sequence is day 3, I think, because day 2 is we learn about data types, but character escape sequence is on the day 3. Yes, if I remember, because it's about string formatting. The basic string formatting. Okay, by the end of this module, you'll be able to write code that use various variable types. Okay, variable types, you mean like some data types, various data types? Because variable is require some data types like boolean, integer, string, float, char. Also perform numeric calculation and display formatted data for the user. Okay, so there will be a format built in the guidelines, I think. Okay, so we have the objectives here. The first point is work with variable to store and retrieve data. We will be given the variable, perform basic math operation where we already cut the information on the day 4 or yesterday, and then format string to present results. Okay, prerequisites. Okay, so beginner level experience with net editor. That means you experience in the net editor, you know how to press the green button, you know how to read the errors with the red squiggly lines there. You know what the color of some data types and how to deal with them. And then beginner level experience with basic C# syntax rules. This is day 1. Beginner level experience with performing math operation on variables. Yesterday we learned about this. Beginner level experience with creating literal values and declare variables of basic data types like string, int, and decimal. Day 2, obviously. Beginner level experience with string concatenation and string interpolation. This is obviously day 3. I remember it all. Okay, without further ado, let's just continue the preparation of guided project. You'll be using the net editor as your code development environment. You'll be writing code that use string and numeric variables. Okay, perform calculation and display result to a console here. So project overview, you're developing a student grading application that automates the calculation of current grades for each student in the class. The parameter for your application are you're given a short list for a student and their 5 assignments grade. Okay, each assignment grade is expressed as an integer value from 0 to 100, where 100 represents 100 correct. The final score are calculated as an average of the 5 assignments scores. Okay, so we have to deal with the average of the 5 assignments score and 5 assignments times 5, because there will be, where is it? How many students are there? Oh, 4. Your application is to perform basic math operation to calculate the final grades for each student. Of course, in the application for this type of things that has average thing, we need to deal with math operation. Whatever we do, we will deal with this. Okay, your application needs to output or display each student's name and final score. I think there will be a formatted string. Currently, the teacher's grade book shows the graded assignment for each student as follows. So this one, this Sophia, Nicholas, Zahira, Jung. So each of the students got the 5 assignments grades. So our task is to average 5 of their assignment for each student with the basic math operation that we learned yesterday. I guess it will be pretty easy. Let's just follow the instruction here. The teacher requires that the calculated grades for each student are displayed as follows. So in the code snippet, this guide didn't show me how the average work, but I think there will be a guide for that later. So let's see the setup. Use the following steps to prepare for the guided project exercise. Open the net editor coding environment. Yes, I did it already. The second thing is copy and paste the following code. So just copy this one. These values represent the graded assignment for each student. So we got so many integer here. Is it too messy for the variable since too many integer here? Can we make it really simplified, like just one Sophia with one integer? So there will be only 4 lines, 1 lines per names. Let's just follow this one first. Now you're ready to begin the guided project exercise. Good luck. So the current assignment, the quantity of the assignments are 5. Yeah, each student got 5 assignments, but it didn't show me how each of student assignments got averaged. Let's just continue. So here exercise, calculate the sum of each student assignment score. Wait. So if you know how to average this, you need to sum it all, and then you have to divide it all. I think there is no such an average method like in the Google Sheet or Excel, but you need to manually just average them. If you know how to average, there is some way that you need to know, which is plus it all, add, sum it all, like 93 plus 87, 87 plus 98, 98 plus 95, and 95 plus 100. All of them, after you sum it all, you have to divide it by 5, and that will be the average of the current assignments grades. Okay, so in this exercise, you'll use the assignment score for each student to calculate their current grade in the class. To perform this calculation, you'll first sum the values of their assignment score and then calculate their average score. Okay, their current grade. Let's get started. The important things, you need to have completed the setup instruction in the previous unit. Yes, this is my setup. Before you begin this exercise, create variable to store the sum. Okay, how many variables do you want? I got so many. I got 21 variables with 21 data types of integer. Okay, in this task, you'll create a variable for each student that will represent the sum of their assignment score. Oh, besides of each assignment score of each student, where there are 5 variable student, we need to add one more for average variable. This is a single score of variable, but we need to add the average variable. I think so. Oh, I see. It's just like this. You'll also display the student sum along with their name in the console output, since the assignment scores are represented as integer. You'll create integer variable to store the sum integer. Alright. The first thing is ensure that you have the net editor open. This is always open whenever I open this website, unless you are in the mobile or phone. You will not see this, because I usually see in the phone, and there is no net editor unless you open the web mode, and you can see this. But I like this concept net editor in the website. It's just like free code cam, like the JavaScript. It's very awesome. And sure, okay, and that you have the variable instantiated with each student assignment score. In the prepare unit, this guided project module, the setup instruction have you copy student assignment score into the editor. If necessary, go back and complete the setup instruction. Yes, I did copy it all. I just haven't do the third instruction here. Scroll down to the bottom of your code and create a new blank code line. Oh, I see. Let's just not make a new line between the name, but instead just scroll down and make the new variables here. So yes, enter the following code. It doesn't say you have to copy it. So Sophia sum, and then Nicola sum, Zahira sum, okay, notice that 0 is assigned to the variables as part of the declaration statement. In other words, the variables are initialized to 0, although value assignment isn't required when declaring variable. It can make your code more efficient. The next step is to display the output, and since that output will include a reference to these variables, they must be initialized. To create console write line statements that display the student name and value of their summed assignment score, enter the following code. Okay, so don't forget the console write line because you need to display it as an output here. The Sophia and Sophia sum, I think we will deal with this like Sophia 1 plus Sophia 2 plus Sophia 3 plus Sophia 4 plus Sophia 5. There are 5 Sophias here, so the 0 here, I think it's just the placeholder before the guide will tell you how to sum it all. I guess the 0 is just a placeholder. Ultimately, you want to display the student's current overall grade, but for now, let's use this console write line statement to display the value of your sum calculation. That way you can check to see if your code is working correctly at each stage of the development process. So note, more advanced developer environments such as Visual Studio Code provide tools that enable developers to observe the values of application variable while their code is running. I see. Learning how to use those tools save professional developer, or basically just like extension, like no, you don't need to write the console write line, but but if you have some extension that provide tools that you can see the values while the code is running, that's a good idea. Okay, in the net editor, to run your code, select the green button. Let's check it out. Yeah, the placeholder is currently at 0. We will deal with it later. Notice that you have no problem displaying your integer values, all 0 for now, using the same write line method that display the string literals to the names. Yes, this is the string literal plus concatenate with Sophia sum. Yes. Now that you have the console write line statements ready to display your result, that means we are ready to sum it all and then average them. Okay, another important things here, you need to write the code that does the calculation above the code that displays the output. 7. Locate the following line of code. You'll write the code that calculates the sum for each student. So I have to calculate it all. First, you will add the student's assignment score, then assign the value to the sum variable. Let's start with Sophia. Okay, this is Sophia. Remember that Sophia's score are stored in the following code. I already store. Basically, this is like data storage we got here, but it's very inefficient to put it like this. Sophia 1, Sophia 2. You can just put it. If you learn in intermediate C#, I think there is a useful concept for simplify this all to be only 4 lines instead having 20 lines. There are so many of them. So update the line of code to the following. So yeah, just copy this and we can replace this, I think. So yeah, as I said, that 0 is replaced by Sophia 1 plus Sophia 2 until Sophia 5. In the net editor, select run. Your output should now show that Sophia sum is equal 473. The other will still be 0 because I don't put the Nicholas 1 plus Nicholas 2, and the same thing applies in Zahira and Jill. So just copy exactly the same like Sophia things. Yes. So yeah, this is the thing that I expected. But anyway, this is still a sum from 5 assignment scores, not average. This is not average scores, but this is just the sum of the 5 assignments grades. Okay. Wait a moment. All right. Okay, let's check my work here. I think I don't have any issue here. Because I copy it all, and the code snippet and my net editor is the same literally. So in the net editor, select run. Yes. So the output are the same. So we have no issue here. If your code displays different result, you will need to review your code to define your error and make updates. Run the code again to see if you have fixed the problem. Continue updating and running your code until your code produces the expected results. Important here, be sure not to delete any of the code you've written so far. You'll build on this code in the next exercise. So we will build more because my guess, yeah, we haven't done any average thing. So after this one, my guess, we will divide it all. Okay, let's, for example, for 7.3, let's just pre-guess this one. I'm just curious here. Also, I haven't read the next unit, so it might be safe, and I'm not spoiling. I don't do any spoiler to you. So yeah, this is the result. I might be wrong, but I absolutely believe that this is how it works, because you want to average this, right? Okay, so calculate the average of the student's assignment score. previous unit we just sum it, but this unit we average student assignment score. Okay, in this exercise you will calculate and store the average of the assignment score from each student. We done that. Since you know the number of score assignment for each student, the average is calculated by dividing the sum of assignment score by the number of assignment to store the average. You will be using the decimal data types. I see, don't forget the data types of decimal. Okay, so again, let's me guess again. I don't want to see the guideline because I'm a curious guy. So let's start with this decimal. Let's just copy this one. So what I need to do is remove this verse because we have new variables for average thing. So Sophia score is equal to Sophia sum, and then the Sophia sum have to be divided by 5. Also don't forget m, because you need a suffix for decimal, and if not it will be integer. So let's copy this, replace the Sophia sum with Sophia score, and press the green button. See, this is the average. I think it works perfectly, but let's see if we remove the suffix in 5. Yeah, it becomes integer even though we already put decimal data types behind the Sophia score. So this decimal data types is useless because we don't put the m suffix here. So m suffix is important to put. So I think Nicholas score, Zahira will be the same concept like the Sophia. Okay, I guess just see the guidelines. Notice that you are only declaring the decimal variables and not initializing them. You choose the decimal type because you are representing an average grade and want to include a decimal place that will not be available if you use an integer, because if we use purely integer we will not see any numbers after the period, after the point, because any numbers after the decimal will be truncated as we learned yesterday. So we need to make decimal variable, or we can still make integer variable, but after that we cast it into the decimal later. That is up to you. That's just one possible way to average thing here. You don't need to be the same like me. There are like thousands of ways to have output like this. This is just my way. So let's do again. Yes. This way you can see if a student made a score of 89.9 and bump them up from a B to an A. Okay, I see. If the student made a score 89, so 90 and up, it will categorize as A score or A grade. But if the score is below the 90, it will become B. Oh, I see. In the previous exercise, you initialize the integer variables so that you could immediately use them in your console output. In this case, this decimal. Okay. In this case, this decimal variable will be initialized in the next step using calculation with your existing data, starting with Sophia score. Okay, to assign Sophia score, current score in the class to the decimal Sophia score, update the variable with the following codes. Oh, I see. There is a variable here, so I don't need to put. I don't need to put 5 here, or just in literal decimal here. Yeah, Sophia sum divided by current assignment. I forgot that we have this thing. So let's see. The output is still 94. Let's just use casting method like we did yesterday. Casting decimal. What will be the result? Yes, it does work. To calculate student current score for the class, you divide the sum of assignment score by the total number of assignments. Yes, we have 5 total assignments here, which is 5. A student in the class have 5 assignments represented by current assignments that you initialize during setups. To assign the rest of student score, enter the following code. Decimal, Nicholas score, Nicholas sum, current assignments. Okay, don't forget we have to make this the same like Sophia score. Also, ultimately, you want to display the grade of each student in this application. In the next step, you will modify the code to display each student's score rather than their assignment sum. To display each student's current score, replace the sum variable in the display statement. So, replace the sum here to just the sum, yeah, like Nicholas, you just Nicholas is still remain the same, you just only need to replace the sum to score. So Zahira sum to score, Cheung, that's it. Take a minute to consider the incremental approach you're using to develop this application. Breaking down a problem into smaller pieces is an important skill for developers. Building your code incrementally and checking your work frequently allows you to quickly develop reliable application. In this case, you are able to repurpose console write line to verify your calculation are correct as you complete each stage in the process. To view the value of each student current grades, select run. Yes, select run. Yes, we forgot decimal for every other student other than Sophia. Okay, you shall see the following output. Notice that the scores are displayed as integer rather than decimal. like we did before. Oh, you have, so you put the decimal case operator in right before the student's name. Okay, I see there. Yes, this will working fine. For the score calculation, you can obtain a decimal result by casting either the sum variable, so either the sum here, or you can just put the decimal cast operator right before the current assignment variable. In this case, you will cast the sum as a decimal. What if we change the decimal to string? Just crease here. So yeah, I can convert type integer to string, of course. What about this one? What will happen? Yeah, I cannot cast it to the string. In your division operation, to cast an integer variable as a decimal, update your code as follows. You only need a dividend or divisor to be a decimal type for the division to result in a decimal value. Here you cast only the sum variable that's used as the dividend. So cast only the sum. Okay. Wait, dividend. Oh, I forget what's dividend. So yeah, this is the divisor. Divisor.
Divisor.
Divisor. Dividend. Okay, I'm just curious guy. Sometimes my pronunciation is a bit weird, but I'm trying to learn all the time because English is not my main language. All this all right? So you only need the dividend. Where is the dividend? So this is the dividend and this is the divisor. Dividend or divisor to be a decimal type. For the division to result in a decimal value, either this one or this one, you cast only the sum variable that's used as the dividend. In a college statement, we are just sum the variable as dividend here. Review the following grading scale that the teacher used to assign letter grades. So 97 to 100 is A plus, 93 to 96 is A, and so on until the 83 until 86 is B. Where's the C? C should be below the 83 scores. Okay, the next step is to include a letter grade for a student based on their total score. Adding the letter grade to the display output will be a manual process. Okay, to determine the value of each student's current grade, select run. Okay, use the current grade for each student to determine the appropriate letter grade, rounding up or down as necessary. So don't forget to copy. Wait, just I might just review this one first. Use the current grade for each student. Besides just use current grade, I have to round it up or down. Okay. Plus A plus B plus B. Why do I have to manually when I can just automatically put this? I think this is more advanced concept. So let's just see. So let's just copy and paste here. In this task you will run, so let's just check it first. 94 is A. Yeah, this is correct. Nicholas have 83, so he got B grades. And Zahira, the same as Nicholas, which is 83, so she got B. And Jeong 85, so he got the same score as Sophia. Okay, check my work. Compare your code to the following. Yes, exactly the same. I guess nothing different here. We can just continue. To run your code and display the student with letter grades, select run. Okay, select run. Yes, I got it the same output like in the code snippet here. Compare the output of your application with the following output. Your code should now be displaying the student score as decimal value, and you should see the letter grade that you assign. Okay, I see there is white space here, because if you ignore the white space, it will stick together numbers and alphanumeric here, and it looks messy. I don't like it. So it's the correct choice that the guide tell you that you need white space here, so that you have a space between the numbers and the grades. All right. If your code display different result, you need to review your code for continue updating. Okay, I got it all the same, so nothing to worry here. Be sure not to delete any of the code that you've written so far. You build on this code in the next exercise. What is the next exercise? Okay, the next exercise. Format the output using escape character sequence like we did learn in the day 3. In this exercise, you'll modify the console output from the previous exercise to achieve the reporting format specified by the teacher. Modify the console output. Okay, here. Format the console output. You'll update your code to apply the finishing touch. So we forgot that there is an end touch here. You will start by adding header row that includes the column label specified by the teacher. After that, you will use character escape sequence to add extra padding between the columns of information. Header means in the very top row. Okay, escape character, escape sequence, maybe like \n, \t, and h, and others. Add extra padding between the column information. Okay, in the net editor, locate the console write line statements that are used to display each student's current class, score, and letter grade. Create a blank code line above console write line statements. Yes, I did. What do you mean? I did create a blank code line above the console write, or maybe you mean each of the console write line like this. On the plain code that you create to add header, for student, enter the following code. So yeah, this one, console write line student grade. Let's just run it. I see. Notice that you are including \n at the end of the text in the perform basic string formatting with C# day 3 module. You'll learn that the \n escape character sequence will cause a new line to be created. Yeah, so the \n, it appends a new line like this. So this is the result, this one. Between the student grade and Sophia, it's a new line that is created because of this \n. When I remove this one, it will remove the gap between students and Sophia. So if I put it back, the \n, it will create a new line here. So you be understand about this. Okay, so to format your output as a line column of text, replace the spaces between words with the T escape sequence as follows. Align column of text. To align column. You see there? So we need to put tab here. I see. What will be the result here? So instead of space, it's better to put \t, so the alignment will be better. So we will not just use the space, but we use the \t tab. Wait a moment. I think this is not backslash. Let's just copy this. Okay, the output will be, it's still messy for me. I don't like it. My guess, I can make this better. So this Sophia has double \t, and don't forget June too. And the result will be expected. See, this is my guess. I haven't read any of this yet. To view the result of your update, select run. Yes, I did. Compare to output. Yes, this is the output. This is our previous output without the double T \. Notice that despite using a type instead of space character, some lines still do not have much white spaces between the student's name and their numeric score. because the name of student, there is a long name like Nicolas Zahira, but there is a short name like Sophia and Jeong. So the positioning of space might be different, but tab is always better than spaces, I think. The difference is due to the way the tab spacing is applied. Tab spacing. Tab stop location are set at 4 character intervals. So 4 character is the same as tab. And each tab will advance to the next tab stop location. If you have a string of 5 characters followed by a tab escape sequence, you have a string of 5 characters followed by the escape sequence will advance stop at the 8 character location. Okay, I see there. So let's just elaborate this one. So if you have, so this one for O is equal to tab. See, if I press tab here, I press tab right now, the line will end exactly after the 4O, right below the 4O here. So this is the name, this is what is called tab. Okay, let me press again, tab, tab again, tab again. That's how tab work. Okay, so what if I put an O here, like this one? If you have a string of 5 characters followed, okay, let's make 5 characters here. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I have 5 characters here, so I will press the tab button. See, it will end to the 8 characters here, as you can see. Okay, I hope you understand how the tab work. Okay, however, you can advance to the, wait, I think I missed something. The escape sequence will advance to the top stop at the 8 character location, filling the gap with space character to create white space in the output. Okay, filling the gap with space character to create white space. That's just the difference between space and tab. However, you can advance to the same location if you have a string of 7 characters followed by a tab sequence. This makes tab escape sequence more noticeable when they occur farther from the next tab stop location. To make the white space more noticeable between the first 2 columns, add another \t after the 2 shorter students' name as follows. Okay, as I did before. Yeah, I did a pretty good job here. Double T and yeah, double T. Check my work. Okay, I see nothing different here. I think I will be all right. Wait a moment, I forgot to put double T here. So yeah, exactly the same output like in the code snippet. If your code display different, okay, my code is the same. We can continue, I think. Okay, this is pretty fast day. I thought it would be 2 hours, but that's all right. Okay, check my knowledge. What does the following code accomplish? Variable value equal, this is called a cast operator, and yeah, cast operator as well. So the initial variable is set to integer and integer. Cast the operand to truncate the result, or cast the operand to prevent truncated the result. Since this one is cast to or convert to integer, that means the user wants to truncate the result, because if the user wants to prevent truncating the result, the user will use the decimal instead of integer. That's how it works. But I forgot this one. Declares an explicit type in variables. Explicitly type integer variables. No, this is not a declare variable. This is just a cast operator. This is not declaring variable. This is what it declares variable. So this count as a cast operator. What does the $sign symbol do when used in a string in C#? $sign is interpolation. It allows you to use string interpolation to include variables in the string. It indicates the string is a regular expression. No, it indicates that the string is a verbatim. Verbatim is used at sign to make it work. But since this is a $sign is related to interpolation, and you have to use it right before the literal string. So this is the correct answer. What is wrong with the following code? Integer Sophia sum console write line. Oh, so you can type a code after the semicolon like this? I don't know. You can. I think you can. Integer Sophia sum console write line. Sophia plus Sophia sum. So Sophia sum without any set value is not equal to 0. It's not equal to anything, but this will, I think, will result in error. I think Sophia sum is an initialized, so this is uninitialized. So this variable is unassigned to any numbers. What about this? Is an implicit type to a string? No, this is not a string. So use the variable keyword? Not, no, because even though you have the variable keyword, but you still haven't set this variable to any numbers. So this one is the correct answer. Yes, I did it all correctly. Perfect. Continue. Your goal was to build an application that takes the assignment score for a student in a class, calculates their grade, and display the result. to accomplish this, you declare. Okay, so we just make some assignment application that takes assignment score from students. We can just sum it all and calculate it. We don't forget to divide it all, and the result is the average of each student. Okay, to accomplish this, you declare and assign values to variables of different data types, perform numeric operation, and use typecasting to achieve accurate result. You also use console write line and character. I think my time has beyond 60 minutes. Actually, it's time to break, but let's just finish this. And character escape sequence to format the output. By breaking the problem down, you were able to build a solution using the skills you learned in the previous modules. Okay, congratulations on developing a structural application. Wait, I think, do I miss something? Did I miss something here? Okay, so basically we just recap back what we learned in the previous days from day 1 to day 4, and we use our knowledge to make the application in this day. Okay, next. Okay, I think there is no new knowledge here. Yes, we did knowledge check. Okay, I think I have finished this. Let's continue to the main progression, which is free code cam, and answer the following code. What is wrong with this one? Integer Sophia sum. Wait. This one is on the same line, but this is actually the more correct one. I mean, it's more neat to see rather than just in single line. I don't like to see this type of line, even though this is be working. Okay, Sophia sum is not initialized before use. Yes, complete the calculate and print. Check your answer. Yes, I did correctly. Okay, so for today, I think I can just complete this module. And I get the achievement here for the day 5, which is the guided project, calculate and print students' grades. We just made a great, awesome applications that even in my college, I did make some application like this. I'm calculating, I sum it all, and then I have to average the scores and then convert it to grades. 90 plus is for A, 80 plus is for B, and so on. But this is the way you learn. You have to make sure that your knowledge is used in any projects, because this is very important knowledge that is given by Microsoft. Thanks to Microsoft, I'm very happy and I'm very thankful to the team, and awesome courses. I like it so much. Okay, thanks for today, guys. I hope you enjoy, and see you next time. Next time is guided project calculate final GPA. Okay, bye bye.